Hi, I'm Andre. I'm a black nerd with another review for you, Black Reviews. How to Train Your Dragon 2. I gotta do a preview screening of How to Train Your Dragon 2 with Robert Welkner of Coin-Op TV.
He's got a dragon, and Toothless should be able to fly as he pleases.
But here I'm gonna tell you the good, I'm gonna tell you the bad, I'm gonna tell you the nerdy. How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's dragons. People fly them. Best synopsis ever. First, the good. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is absolutely beautiful. I thought the first one was gorgeous on the big screen. It is one of the few movies, I mean the absolute rare few movies where I say, go see it in 3D. That was the best part about How to Train Your Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon 2. They make these movies for 3D theaters. They know right off the bat they want to show off really good flying, flying up, flying down, flying close, flying far, the clouds, the sky, the mountains, the islands. It's perfect. It is a 3D movie. It's made for 3D. It's not 2D converted up. It's not fake 3D gimmicks. You'll feel like you're flying on the dragons yourself. Let's go, Falcor! Never ending story. I'm a luck dragon. And speaking of the dragons, they get real creative because we get a lot of dragons in this movie. They come up with so many cool different designs of dragons. It is amazing. They have big ones, small ones, little baby dragons, dragons with multiple heads, dragons with giant wings. Every single type of dragon you want is in this movie. It's like the Pokemon of dragons. We get a lot of returning characters, but we get some new characters and I actually like them. There's a person from Hiccup's past that shows up. We also get a couple of new baddies. One, he was voiced by Dijon Mustard Hansu. He was great. He's like the big evil villain in this, and he's just like, I'm the only one who gets to control the dragons. And he looks like a big giant gray Rastafarian Gru from Despicable Me, but he's scary, and it's just good to see Digimon Hansu getting out there, man. He's doing this, he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. That dude must have woke up one day and was like, hey, I'm tired of Idris Elba taking all my jobs. And he also has a sidekick, Eret, son of Eret, who's played by some dude from Game of Thrones. So if you're into that Game of Thrones stuff, then you got a character for you. And there is a very touching, emotional scene. Something happens in this movie and I was just like, whoa. And at first I was like, no, this is a trick. That's not gonna really happen. And then I was like, oh wait, no. The next scene, it was just like, oh, yeah, that just happened. And then I started sniffing, man. I started sniffing and like people looking over me, and luckily I had those 3D glasses on so you couldn't see my eyes, but I was just like, no, I'm just, you can't tell I'm crying over here. Just like 3D glasses. Thank you, dark 3D glasses, for hiding my pain. Now for the bad. The How to Train Your Dragon movies would be almost perfect if it wasn't for one tiny little thing, but it's a big thing. The voice casting. I don't know what it is, I just can't get into the voice casting of these movies. I still love the movies, the emotion still is there, the action still is there, the comedy is even there at times, but when I hear the voices of the cast, they're all voiced by celebrities. We're slowly kind of getting out of that phase and it's more into the who can voice the right character, but there was definitely a phase, particularly with DreamWorks, where it was like, get every famous actor and comedian at the time to do the voices for all the cast. Jonah Hill, TJ Miller, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and then you can just tell who they are. It's like there's no kind of distinction, especially the main guy, Hiccup. He just always talks like this. My dad is Scottish and he has a Scottish accent, but somehow I sound like this character. So it just throws me off a little bit because it's just like I want to get into the world, but then every once in a while I'm just like, oh, that's a voice. I know who that person is. Gerard Butler does a great job. Craig Ferguson, even America Ferrera, who doesn't have the accent, she does a really good job. And Kristen Wiig, I didn't realize it was her at one point. Usually when Kristen Wiig voices a cartoon character like she did in Despicable Me 2, it's usually that, I got a singy voice. And this time she doesn't have that type of voice at all. So kudos for that. And Rob from Coin-Op TV brought up this point, and I almost argued with him a little bit about it when we talked about it, but now that I thought about it a little bit more, I do kind of agree with him on this. The plot is not that much different from the first one. You also have a dragon fighting another dragon, boss battle. We've seen that in the first one, and it's in bigger scale in this one, and it's not to say it's not entertaining, but it is kind of the same. So I guess this is a note for if you make a How to Train Your Dragon 3, maybe try a little something different, maybe go to a different storyline, you know, do a little change up, but it still was fun. And now for the nerdy. Like I said, there's all kinds of dragons in this movie, including giant, big alpha dragons, which means we get basically a dragon monster fight. We get a kaiju fight. Godzilla probably poked his head out of the next theater and just was like, hey, I'm over here, all right? You're cramping my style. I'm doing my thing over here. Only difference between How to Train Your Dragon and Godzilla is How to Train Your Dragon, you see dragons like 1 minute into the film. And there's a joke in this movie that kind of threw me off. It's from Craig Ferguson's character. He makes a joke and you're just gonna listen to it and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, did you just announce his pride, so to speak? Did he come out of the dragon closet? It's Paranorman all over again. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is just absolutely fun. I don't know if I like it better or worse than the first one. I think it's on the same lines, but it just is so good. It's beautiful, it's emotional, action-packed. I love these movies. I can't wait for the third one. It doesn't have the same look, vibe of the wacky animated films out there, but it's a really good film. You will like this film, and then again, get it in those 3Ds. Get those 3Ds on. It's fun to watch a movie that way. So what did you guys think? Are you gonna go see How to Train Your Dragon 2? And if you've already seen it, let me know what you think about it. No spoilers. And if you could have a crazy pet like a dragon, what fantastic animal would you like to have as your own pet? How to Train Your blank. Thumbs up this video, and if you're new here, tickle that subscribe button. I make new nerdy videos all week, every week.
I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Chain chomp, yomp. Toothless.